Many times, the dream of perfection is a dream for imperfection. Does a perfect child always sit quietly? Does a perfect child always eat whatever you ask them to eat? Always sleep when you ask them to sleep? Only talk when you ask them to talk? Is that a perfect child or a problem? Is a perfect relationship one that never calls for each other's attention, never argues, always walks in peace, but has no communication? To me, that sounds more like two people sharing the same space than a healthy relationship. What about the person with perfect health, but spends hours every day in the gym, overly obsessed with every calorie? I ask you, is that perfectly healthy or perfectly unhealthy? How many books written on achieving a perfectly successful career take into account the sacrifice of a family, a relationship, the sacrifice of themselves? What is better? A beautiful, perfect, clean home that is barely used, or a home that is not always perfectly clean, but filled with meaning and joy, with guests, family? You see, some lifestyles that seem perfect are really imperfect, since they are on the expense of what really matters.
So when the Jews got the Torah, this convert, Yitro, once the world's greatest idol worshipper, comes to Moshe, the leader, and says, hey, everything you're doing is wrong. A perfect leader cannot do it all alone. If you don't share the burden, you will burn out and will not exceed as a leader in other areas. You would expect Moshe to tell him, excuse me, do you know who I am? Do you have any experience at all? But he didn't. Moshe took him seriously. And you know what? It was actually some great advice. Why is the story of Yitro brought down just before the Jews received the Torah, if it really happened after? We learn from here that the condition to accepting Judaism is to understand that I am not perfect. To understand that if I want to grow, ascend in life with meaning, I have to give up on less meaningful things from being perfect. Meaningful people get the realization that was once a dream of perfection is actually an imperfection.
Thank you for watching. This is Rabbi Jack and Shira from your Aishlit family.
Thank you.